Welcome back. It's time to do another viewer mail installment because I got a whole pile of stuff here in front of me. And where to begin? Probably with the elephant in the room, or the umbrella in the room. Somebody sent me this gigantic umbrella that is like 7 foot tall, and it's made of a very heavy vinyl tarp material, so it's going to hold up well. I don't know who it's from though. The box says, what's it say? It says to Ross the Oliver Man, and then it says it was shipped by Mailboxes and Parcel Depot in Illinois. So whoever sent this to me, thank you. I looked and I did not see any note or anything in the box, so I can't call you by name, but this definitely will be something I can use like at a show or something, because it's really too big for a tractor, simply because of the weight of it and whatnot. I think you'd have a hard time containing it. I might be wrong about that. We might have to try that. It has a tiltable deal here, so you could reposition it. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, it's definitely waterproof because it's made of a heavy, like a tarp canvas type deal. So that's pretty neat. We will put this to use at some point. So thank you, whoever you are, viewer in Illinois. I try to keep the stuff in order of when it got here, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that today. So I'm just going to go by whatever. My new camera has a front screen, so I can kind of see if I'm in the shot or not. But this is from Circle B Farms in Pennsylvania. They've sent me stuff before. It says, thank you for a great channel. I grew up on Oliver equipment, and that includes servicing them. Love the input and humor you provide. I know we talked about your favorite Oliver emblem, and I couldn't help but include the sales and service. Thanks for all you do. So he made me a little pencil cup holder thing with the Oliver logo on it, and he used 2 different logos, so that's pretty cool. He made that, and so it survived the trip. He stuffed it with stuff to hopefully make the trip, so that's pretty cool. Once again, there it is for everybody to see. So thank you. He actually then sent another thing here a few days ago. This is not very organized. I was going to film this somewhere else, but then this turned out to be the spot. A lot of it had to do with the gigantic umbrella. I wanted you to get some idea of its physical size. So it says on the package, packing list enclosed, do not bend. And so the packing list came with a shift plate that I believe he had made. He explains that here in the list. It says, numerous years ago, my dad asked to have some shift plate diagrams made, so my friend who does engraving did just that. I hope this one will help you. Also, I saw you fighting with the government approved fuel cans, which I hate the way they ruined those spouts. Everybody knows that. I figured you could use the type I found that works. And yes, I buy a bunch of these. I still destroy them as well, but this is pretty cool. You can get these, and then you can switch your can to a full flow spout. They actually make 2 different diameters of these, and then I have a few of the spouts, although this one says it does fit. I have a few gas cans that are actually Briggs & Stratton brand gas cans, and for a long time they didn't have a thread that would match, but this says this will, so we'll try that out. And because I had to buy the original style for those ones I got. The only reason I got those cans is because they came with the service truck. They were in the back of the truck, so I couldn't turn down free cans. So anyway, that's the story there. And so he sent that. Am I done reading the letter? I can't remember. So I figured you could use this type I found that works. It might work on a gallon of engine oil. I'm not sure, as I don't use gallons of oil. Keep up the good work. I love your videos. And yes, thank you, Larry, viewer Larry. And yeah, so anyway, he messages me on Facebook all the time, and that's pretty cool. That's definitely something we will use, and I will put the little pencil holder thing. It's going to go with the rest of my Oliver collectibles and things, and I've got some original Oliver pins and stuff I'll probably stick in there just to have a nice place to keep them. So that's pretty cool. So thank you again. We will put this down here. Will we? I want to make sure I didn't lose that. How did I do that? Oh. Yes, shift plate. I'm going to put that in there too so I don't lose it. So this one, I think I'm still in the frame here. It comes from viewer Michael, and I believe that he commented when I was doing a live stream with that Oliver guy about some Dearborn combine manuals. He says, I found these old brochures in a friend's farm shed. They were tearing down. I didn't want them to go in the burn pile, so I kept them. They've been in the back of my garage for years now, and I thought you'd like to have them. Thanks, Mike. And yes, I would like to have them. That's pretty neat. My great-grandpa had, at one time, a Dearborn or a Woods Brothers pull-type combine, which was the Ford brand of combine. So there's two different books there that he found. And yeah, I mean, I collect stuff like this, so I'm glad he saved it and it didn't just get thrown away in the burn pile, because that would have been a shame. Nice original manuals we can read sometime when we have a rainy day and nothing to do. We will check these over and see how the Ford combines were made. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Mike. This one, I don't know if there's a I'm getting eaten up by bugs out here for some reason. This just says the item. I thought maybe there was a little thing that had a note. Here it is. A gift for you. You might need it. Here you go, from viewer Joel. And it is another remote starter switch, which is good because if you recall, that one that another viewer had sent a long time ago finally gave up the ghost. It wasn't working every single time, and that's why I was having trouble trying to start something. I thought it was the starter, and it was the thing that finally wore out after using it again and again. So yes, we will use this at some point in the future, I'm sure. Thank you very much, Joel. So there we have it. All right, finally, I have this box, and I don't remember if I bought this or if this was something that somebody just sent me. It came to my post office box, so it could have been a gift, but we're gonna look at it anyway. So let's go over here to a flat surface. All right, what is in this magical box? Well, I have a White Farm Equipment washer assortment, and that's pretty cool in the original. Yeah, pretty nice box full of stuff. Oh, it's flat washers and lock washers. That's pretty cool right there. And then we have a whole bunch of stuff. I think I did buy this, but I don't remember how long ago that's been. It's been riding around in the front seat of my pickup. That's a screw. I believe these are mostly drill parts, which is good because I have several of them. And I don't think that this was too awful much money. But at any rate, when we need it, we'll know, you know. We really need to get our, thrust washers. We really need to get our parts room organized. I feel like somebody asked if I knew where to find any of these not too long ago, but I know where to find some now. Anyway, pretty neat, even though I'm fairly confident now that this wasn't a gift. I think I paid for it. So at any rate, something neat to look at. This was the treasure that made me really want it, I believe. So that's probably going to go in the house and not be used, you know. Going to go with the rest of the collectible stuff. So yeah. Well, this maybe was not that interesting of a video, and it's not really a super duper long video, but this stuff was accumulating and it made it as far as the front seat of the truck, and it's kind of been unhandy not being able to, you know, haul anything else in the front of the truck. So yeah, plus I wanted to be able to use this gigantic umbrella, and I didn't want it to get damaged by the wind or something and then I not be able to show you what somebody sent me. So that's pretty neat, because I got ideas of how I could use that, you know. That's kind of like what you see on your picnic table, or you know, even if you go someplace you don't have room for a tent, you could like have that against your lawn chair and have some shade. I've seen guys do that. You never know, might take it on a service call if it's raining and use it for something if it's real bad. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. So yeah, but I'm sorry I don't know your name. That's the only thing. I don't have the name, but I am thankful. So yeah. Well, as always, this is totally unexpected. I never expect people to send me stuff, but I am grateful for all the stuff you send and your emails and stuff, and I try to read them. I haven't had time to respond to a lot of people, and I really don't have time to answer the phone for a lot of people. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I've been even slacking getting a video every day because it's just been too busy. So hopefully that will get back to a normal schedule soon. But yeah, you just got to take what you get, you know. I think that a lot of people think that when they see you on here doing this, that, oh, they can, I don't know how to put this to make it sound like I'm not a jerk, because that's not what I want. But I'm not ever just sitting around with nothing to do, or I have no free time, if you say. So when people call and they think, well, I'll just call real quick, well, there's 40 other people that had the same idea. I bet my phone rings between 50 and 60 times a day, and I don't have time to talk to every single person, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. So I'm sorry about that. If that offends you or your feelings are hurt, that's just the way it is. I can't do that. I cannot work a full-time, multiple full-time jobs really, with all the stuff I'm trying to do, and then drop what I'm doing for an hour and talk on the telephone to every person who calls, because I'd still be on the phone and never get anything done. So that's just the way it is. I don't know how to fix that problem. It's kind of a problem I did not foresee when I started doing the YouTube deal. I didn't realize that many people would be able to get my phone number somehow. And so I've been trying to figure out solutions to that. I haven't really, because like I said, I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just I can't do everything, and I don't really enjoy, well, I don't know how to put that either. I'm not a phone talker person. Like, I know the old timers love to talk for hours on the phone. That ain't me. I can send a text message to somebody real quick and respond to it and then be done with the thing, you know. So that's how that is. It's not because I'm you know, ignoring you or whatever. It's just that there's just no time. I can't do everything, and that's just how she goes. So I don't know how to fix that problem. Somebody maybe can come up with a better solution than me to how to handle all of the communication, short of me hiring like a secretary or somebody to sort things into categories of importance. And, you know, technical questions, I don't know. I get tons of those emails a day and things. I wish I could help everybody, but I just don't have time to do it all. You know, eventually I might get to it. The best thing I can say is search back in the previous videos, because a lot of times the questions people have are in previous videos if you just look. You know, another thing I will say, a lot of the questions I get from people wondering what to do could be answered by reading your operator's book. So if you don't have one, call the Floyd County Museum in Iowa. They still have some originals left over from when they got all the stuff. Anyway, the camera's too hot again, so that's how that goes. But like I was saying, Floyd County Museum in Iowa, they can hook you up with an operator's book, and 99% of people's questions can be answered by simply reading the book for whatever you have, you know. That's one of the first things I do when I buy something that I didn't have, is if I don't already have a book in my filing cabinet, I buy one so that I... Anyway, we're really struggling to bring this video home because the camera doesn't want to play ball, but yeah. Get you a manual, read it, and most of your questions will be answered. And if there's something that's not, you can probably find it in previous videos. If not your exact model, something similar and the same techniques apply, you know. They also have service manuals and parts books and can copy you that stuff, and that's good because that keeps that place going, and that's what we want. They have all the records and stuff, and we want to preserve that as long as possible. Also, just to mention, none of that would be possible without the Hart-Parr Oliver Collectors Association, because those members were the ones who saved that material, and they carted it down there to the museum so that it could be saved. And then Mary Ann, the previous museum director, was a big part of that whole process, because she, you know, made things happen, and she was the one, when you called up for build cards, could hook you up with that. But the Hart-Parr Oliver Collectors Association members were the ones who organized stuff and did it all, so they should also be commended for that. Otherwise we wouldn't have any of that stuff. So support that organization too. If you're not already subscribed to their magazine, look them up and do it. You know, that is a worthwhile endeavor, and we want to keep that going as long as possible as well. So anyway, this is quite the video of different things, but basically I just wanted to show some more of the goodies that came and tell you thank you for that stuff, and then also, you know, kind of explain why I can't seem to get back to any of you in a reasonable amount of time. It just, that's the way it is. So I wish there was more time in the day, but there's not. So we're just doing the best we can, and that's how we'll have to keep going. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.